Hey, what is going on, Madden? Finally, we're here talking about our Power Pass, which is coming. And one is coming in Series 4, and we're going to assume it's a 93 to 94 overall Power Pass, but you get one in your MUT dedication, your daily engagement milestones at 150, which for me is Friday. You get a 93 to 94 overall Power Pass. So we know what's coming, right? It's not even a question now. The question could be, do we get it for Series 4? You got to assume yes, right? EA follows a lot of very logical steps the way they do things. It seems like it's going to happen. And this is a very interesting Power Pass. Okay, now we're probably, you could be getting two of them in the span of days of each other. So you could either make a lot of coins back, which is really dope. Coin is king, right? Let's state that coin is king. Or you can play it smart. And what I mean by that is NFL 100 is a big program that is out, right? This microphone seems super close. It's a big program. I would like to think, and we'll know on Friday, if these cards are going to go up in overall, right? I think at a certain point, they've got to go up in overall from 94 to 95. So that would change things. But let's live in a world where EA says they're all the same overall. We know we're getting lineman and tight end this weekend, 94 overall, which you could use a Power Pass on, right? We know that next week is wide receivers. And I promise you, there's going to be some really good cards in there. You got the potential of Calvin Johnson, of Jerry Rice, or he will be, despite what I would think, Terrell Owens, Randy Moss. Very, very desirable, impressive cards. And so just based off that, I want to go over what these cards would sort of look like. Because the idea of holding a Power Pass is kind of a foreign concept for a lot of people. And so you just gotta, most people, as soon as they get a Power Pass, they want to use it. Who do I use it on? What should I use it? Well, if you want to use it, you can, and what I would suggest at that point is, like someone like Troy P, or the most expensive NFL 100 card you have, or the NFL 100 card you want, right? But the holding of a Power Pass is an interesting idea. So we're going to look at Terrell Owens, assume with Power Up, he's going to get to +4 overall from here. You're talking 93 speed, 94 jump, 92 catching, 94 catch traffic, bet catch. He's going to be a really good card. But when you think of Randy Moss, he's going to get +2s. Now here's the interesting part. We know Randy Moss is super fast, and it actually shows here he's not that much faster than Dio. He's only one faster by overall point, right? But you're talking a 94 speed Randy Moss with 95 jumping, 93 catch, 90 catch and traffic, 94 spec. Good cards. Good cards. We know it's coming. Jerry Rice getting a 5 boost, a 5er boost, not going to be the fastest guy in the game. Then you're talking 92 speed. So these are going to be some real desirable cards, okay? So the idea of holding a Power Pass is actually going to be sort of a new concept, because normally when we get Power Passes, all the content for that overall range is basically out. And in this case, we're not sure if it's all going to be out, right? If there's an overall boost, cool. Great. Even better. And then you can still use it on other NFL 100 cards or whatnot. But if it's not, then yeah, you know what? We can actually do some stuff with this, which is pretty dope. 93 to 94. You're talking Night Train Lane and Michael Irvin, right? Which are really good cards, but they're not the most expensive. Anytime I talk about Power Up Passes, there's two things to me personally, CC's world, that I look at and I evaluate. Number one is this a card I plan on keeping? And the main part with that, and something that's very crucial to me, is it's not just a card that I'm keeping. It's these cases here where I'm not going to lose a whole lot, right? So cards that had already been upgraded, like a Deion Sanders or a Jim Brown, where there was no extra training step between their last power up and the NFL 100 card, are really good examples or if at some point you decide you want to take that power up pass back, it's not really going to hurt you if cards in value go down, right? But to me, a lot of these cards I want to keep, right? And it's really hard for me to determine that, what I want to do. Like early on in the year, I put it in Julio Jones because he was expensive and he's Falcons, and I'm going to keep him. But as his price went down, I did take the power up pass back, bought the card to have the power up pass in my possession just in case. So like I still hold a lot of my power up passes. It just makes sense. Similar how I used my power passes on last time on Kittle and Clowney, right? So we see here I've got 389 to 90s, 287 to 88s, 85s, 84s. So we still got some left over, right? And just sort of holding and waiting to see if there happens to be a card that comes out that gets a random card that I would want to power up. Right? Makes sense. Makes sense. I could go back and like put it in Odell, but again, there's training involved. You're going to lose some training. So it's just about playing it smart. I would rather be smart with these, and then always know where they are. So the second part then, okay, if it's a card you want to keep, card you think this is going to be on your team for a long time, it's great. The next question is, do you go down the path of, let me get a card I don't have and I really want? Now, if you're on a no money spent or more of a budget account, I think this is the path you take. You pick which card you want. Now, we could list off all these NFL 100 cards, and I can tell you, go pick Eric Dickerson, go pick Dion, Ronnie Lott, Rod Woodson, whoever it may be. And as is a very generic blanket statement, that sounds great, but I don't know what's on your team, right? So I would always suggest you go for the player that is going to fit your team and fill a hole the best, right? If you have Barry Sanders already, maybe you don't go get Eric Dickerson, right? If you need a corner, maybe get a corner. You need a safety, go get a safety, right? That's the path of the mentality you should take. There's a term we use in our Skype call a lot called the misappropriation of funds. A lot of players do that, where they will have a very expensive card and then a lot of not expensive cards. And having one really good card on your team does not help you win more games. You need a lot of balance, right? Because on defense, you've got 10 other little digital men on the field who are the computers controlling and determining what happens. You want those guys to be as good as possible. You don't want one really good digital man and 9 other crappy ones, right? You want as many as 10 as possible. And then similarly on offense. And I don't think offense is all that tricky. Obviously, Jim Brown, Eric Dickerson, best running backs in the game. But when you talk about the other receivers and stuff, you still got to throw the ball open, right? So you putting a little bit of talent in there. So my suggestion, what I'm going to do, me personally, for power pass number 1 at a minimum, is make some coins back, okay? So what I will do at the time I get my power pass is I will go in here and I will look up NFL 100 cards. Because I mean, for me personally, I have a lot of them, right? Or whichever card you have, and I will see which card is the most expensive. I don't know who the most expensive is. Is it Ronnie Lott? And Ronnie Lott's 700K has come down considerably. You could make 700K on this power pass. With these corners, again, you could make 700K. Not too shabby. Running backs with Dickerson, you could make 770. So this just tells me right here, for me personally at this point, if I have my pass right now, Eric Dickerson, he's my number 1 option. I want to make as many coins as I can. 100%. What about linebacker? Lawrence Taylor, he's 630. Yeah. What about Hester? He's 630. I mean, that's cheap Hester. So that's the way you should go, right? Buy or use it on the card where you can make the most coins, or save the most coins. It just makes a lot of sense. It's not rocket science. We've done power passes for a while now. Whenever we come into these videos, it's basically the same thing. The only sort of like wild card in my opinion that I would think about using on is Troy P. Troy P is a very expensive card. I believe he still might be the most expensive card in the game. But he's gonna get his Redux. I mean, he is the most expensive card in the game right now. He's gonna get his Redux, right? And this price is gonna drop. We don't know how far. We don't know if there's gonna be a set for 93s. I don't expect a 93 overall exchange set. But Troy P is that wild card, right? Or if you really want Troy P, this is a good way to get him because he's the cost of 2 NFL 100 cards. If you had 1.3 million sitting in your bank account and you really wanted to spend it, you could go get Troy and 2 NFL 100 cards. But if you use your power up pass on an NFL 100 card, you could get 1 NFL 100 card in Troy. So you see, it just makes sense to do the math that way. And for reference, I know a lot of people say, well, I really, I want to know which cards are really good. All the NFL 100 cards, all the cornerbacks are good. Willie Brown was really good. No one talks about him. Ronnie Lott, Rod Woodson, good. Dion, good. Ed Reed, good. That speed at safety is so good. Devin Hester, me personally, I don't really think he's worth it. If you want to use human joystick, maybe go ahead. He's not worth the coins. I've had personal friends ask me, like, should I get Hester? Like, are you going to use human joystick? No? Then I wouldn't get him. Get Tyreek Hill. It's fine. He catches the ball better too. So it's going to end up on your personal preference where the holes are on your team. I said for me, 100%, I am going to just go find the most expensive card and make the most coins that I can on it and be happy. Simple. But we're going to get 2. If I could make a 1.3 million coins, I'd be pretty happy. But I also might just want to save it and just put it in that Randy Moss as soon as he comes out and just have him and not have to worry about how expensive he's going to be, especially on day 1, because you know he's going to be expensive. And then maybe take that power up pass out and buy him when his price drops a little bit. Makes sense. A lot of it makes sense. It's not crazy. Power passes are a very dope idea. I love that they're given to us. I kind of hope we get another like mid-tier one. That 91 to 92 range would be really, really nice. We don't know if they're going to at this point, obviously. But that would be nice because me personally, I'd probably hold it. But there are cards out there that you could do something with it. You could make some coins on. I don't know. Especially like if Gronk gets a card, his Redux might shoot up. Moss gets a card, his Redux might shoot up. Joe Thomas, I don't think he's going to get a card, but it could shoot up. So those are just things to think about. Pretty plain and simple. Power passes, awesome. Again, do what's best for your team. If you want to make coins, if you want to fill a hole, hey, that's up to you. I'm a coin guy. Coin is king for me. We got Zero Chill just around the corner, literally just around the corner. I don't know if you guys saw, Scummo said that Sean Taylor's in Madden Mobile. That's bonus content. If you don't follow Scummo, I don't know why you wouldn't. At least for the memes and being made fun of sometimes. He's not going to see this. There's no way he got this far in the video. There's no way he got that far in the video. But Sean Taylor's probably coming. So you want some coins. If he's in mobile, I would assume he's in console. I assume that they're on the same contract. If they're not, bamboozled. We got bamboozled. But I want coins. Coin is king. Always remember that. I'm out. Peace.